And now it's later.
Okay.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it?
I mean, that's the question I've actually been
At that
asking
time,
myself.
the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111.
There's so many people to choose from, and they chose you, and killed everybody else except me and what would have been the mother, but the mother's dead.
Cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
You really don't have the gruff
really
voice.
Is. I know you must have questions. Please.
He does have the hairstyle and the beard.
Anything I can do to help you understand.
Bro, your beard game is on point though. Fuck out of here. Like mine is just like
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What
you know? And
I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate hit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world is a dangerous place. Although I think maybe it always was. It's just a
Sean,
bit more
I really want
honest
to be
about
like,
it now.
with you.
For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree.
My persuasion with fucking...
The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's
I'm spinning right now.
nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, To have some amount of revenge. What else can I say? To ease your mind.
Heard enough.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes.
I can see the blue in his eyes.
Working to reach this point.
I think they're like darker.
It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute.
Don't go away from me.
It really
yes, he does have blue eyes. All right, good.
Hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might
Imagine to have the white eyes.
But director, why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously, I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the
no,
Institute
fuck
a chance.
you! You're just,
you're
such an ass right now.
It is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
This is your room. Isn't it? Isn't it? Swirly! My voice cracks so much.
Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was issued a defective cleansing unit.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Phone's going off again. Wee! Ow. Don't have stim packs. I just ate canned dog food. Come on.
Is it true food discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it? You're here. We're glad you made it.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Hello.
Yes, I'm
Please ensure that your dietary requirements are being filled.
Okay.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
Wow.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
Hold on.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Well, that was productive.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Safety first. Remember that.
One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement.
Safety first. Remember that.